Alright, so we are trying to fix the technical issues. We will be right back. Okay, we are back and we think everything is set now. We see Mar taking down the next pot.
Sorry for the technical issues. We hope that it's fixed now. And
So I already mentioned that we have a total prize pool of 271,500. The winner is going home with exactly 50,000 euros. And the main cash for the players remaining, so we have 14 players left, is 2,630. Back to the action. Hubalek, one of the 3 Austrian players left. We have 2 of them on the feature table. And a raise from Schmilauskas to 50,000 and Slavic calls out of the big blind. King 9-9 on the flop. So for those of you who just joined the live stream, we do not see the whole cards, but we are trying to give our best in order to talk about ranges, talk about what we think that the holdings could be.
so on this flop, we will most probably see a continuation bet from the open raiser. These boards are usually better for the open raiser than for defender, as these days the big blind usually defends a lot lighter than they used to.
But we see a call from Slavic. The c-bet was like 35,000, so actually around 1/3 of the pot. When do you go for smaller c-bets, Jeff?
You will usually go for smaller c-bets as the boards are dry. When on a high card and 2 low cards, you can bet smaller. On a paired board, you can bet smaller. As the board gets draw heavier, you will have to, or you will want to bet a bigger size because of the draws out there. That's just a general strategy.
So we see Slavic now leading out on the river, 70,000. Of course it could be a king, of course it could be a 9. Could actually also be a float that he's just calling the flop because he knows that the open raiser will c-bet a lot of hands, and that also means that he will have definitely a lot of bluffs in his range.
The jack is a quite interesting card actually, because usually people don't call out a position with 5-6 offsuit or suited or whatever on a king 9-9 board, but if they decide to call without a made hand, they will often have a queen jack, a jack 10, queen 10 kind of hand. That jack will improve quite a bit. He definitely could have a smaller pair and now be underboard and will have to bluff with playing the board.
If you guys in the chat could give us a feedback like how the tech works, because as far as we can see, we do not have any legs anymore. But we are in constant contact with the technical guys, so we're trying to do our best to give you the best streaming possible. We now see Kilian Kramer, our chip leader, open raising from the cutoff, and Moser is flatting on the button. The action is on Mahar, who is in the big blind. Has to call 27,000. Which he does. We have 14 players left in this tournament. Flop is 3 king jack. So both Maher and Kramer, the open raiser, check. It's Moser's turn now.
This flop will hit the button caller quite a bit. He will have some king queen, king jack, jack queen type of hands, like Broadway hands. He didn't decide to 3-bet bluff or value 3-bet, however you want to say that. And the check from Kramer doesn't automatically mean that he's giving up on the hand. He could have a variety of hands on this flop. He could have a bad king, like a king 4 suited or something. He could have any jack. He could even have some kind of ace queen type of hand he wants to check call with.
What about queen 10? Do you think he would c-bet queen 10 versus 2 players? Or would he go for the check call line?
With a queen 10?
Yeah.
No, I think with a queen